What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over the squad that I am going to be running this weekend for the King of the Court, which does take place today. Now, I do want to say there is a glitch in the game right now in which you do not have to play a backup point guard. Now, I don't like taking advantage of this glitch, and honestly, I don't like, even bringing attention to it, but it's been a week that it's in the game. 2K devs have known about it for a week, and they haven't fixed it yet. So, it's one of those things, I don't want to lose games because somebody else is running it, and you really don't have a choice. You have to either preset it before the game. Otherwise, you're gonna be at a disadvantage if your opponent does run it. So, gonna be talking a little bit about that. Again, not trying to overblow the situation, but again, it is going to impact who I am running this weekend. Now, I do have some players in my auctions again that I'm going to talk about that I could possibly add to my squad as well. Starting point guard position, Chauncey Billups, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. In my opinion, the best point guard in the entire game right now. Maybe Russell Westbrook could be better than him, but outside of that, I really do love Chauncey. I'm going to look to add some other badges to him as I do go through it today. Obviously, looking to just improve my squad in any way possible. But I really like Chauncey. Defensively is an absolute beast. Feel like I do want to give him lightning launch, maybe immovable enforcer, just to help him out that little bit more, especially with that lightning launch. But I really like Chauncey, what he provides for me on the court. Good three ball. Yes, his release isn't necessarily the best, but everything else on the court, he does at an insanely high level. At the shooting guard position, Raja Bell, 93 ball, 85 driving dunk, 86 ball handle, 92 steal, 94 perimeter D, 89 speed. You guys can see badge-wise. Came with the Hall of Fame posterizer, as well as has slippery off-ball challenger, off-ball pass set shot specialist, as well as on-ball menace. This is just my type of player. I don't know how else to phrase it, but Raja Bell definitely is my type of player. Definitely a card that I've used a little bit and had a lot of success with. Definitely a card that I would recommend you guys getting as well. Just one of the best on-ball defenders in the entire game, 3-and-D type player that can create his own shot a little bit. Now, my starting small forward is subject to change. Right now, I'm running James Posey, who I think's a beast. You look at James Posey, 6'8", 86 3 ball, 85 driving dunk, 86 ball handle, 88 steal, 88 perimeter, 85 interior, 84 speed. The more I look at James Posey in this card, the more I'm like, you know what? I really don't want to change this card. I absolutely love James Posey and everything the card's about. Might give him brick wall, might give him, some of these other badges that like a paint patroller that just helps him out that little bit more. But the more I really look at James Posey, the more I'm like, this card doesn't need to change. This card is absolutely elite. Definitely a card that probably will maintain that starting small forward position. He is absolutely incredible. At the starting power forward position, Shareef Abdur-Rahim. If you're not running this card, I don't know what you're doing. 83 3 ball, 85 driving dunk, 83 ball handle, or 83 3 ball, 83 ball handle, 80 block, 80 interior, 80 perimeter, 78 steal, good rebounder, 84 speed as well as badge-wise being really good as well. A lot of people might ask, Ty, are you going to badge up your cards today? Well, some of them, at least I will. We'll have to see how many total I do end up badging up, but a lot of these cards I really do like. I don't know for Shareef where I'm going to lean as far as what badges to apply to him, but definitely do want to upgrade him because he is going to be my starting power forward today. One of the best power forwards in the entire game. Forget Draymond Green, forget some of those other guys. Shareef can play at an insanely high level. Starting at the center position, definitely subject to change. I have Cliff Robinson. Only has a 68 3 ball, only an 85 driving dunk. Does have an 84 interior, 85 offensive defense rebounding, and a 78 speed. The more I look at Cliff Robinson, the more I'm like, I don't know if I love this card. The one thing I know about him is he's going to, be able to at least compete on the interior. And I do respect him for that. But I would like to add another big to my squad over Cliff Robinson. And again, I'll talk about that, explain that at the end of this video when it does come up. But I'm fine running Cliff Robinson if I have to. He's a card I'm comfortable knocking down shots with as well. So he's been really, really solid for me in recent history. Backup point guard, we're running Tracy McGrady. I've said this straight up to you guys. Until 2K is willing to change this position glitch, I don't care. T-Mac is going to be my backup point guard. 95 4-3 ball, 97 driving dunk, 90 ball handle, great perimeter, 91 speed. I also put Hall of Fame on-ball menace on T-Mac. And if you're wondering why, I don't want to have to switch my matchups. And I feel like T-Mac with that Hall of Fame on-ball menace is going to be an absolute menace to my opposition. These are the badges I applied to him. I'm definitely probably going to fully badge out T-Mac because, he's probably going to play the most minutes for me. T-Mac Gonna be an absolute beast. You have to run him off the bench to kind of have this lineup glitch work, but T-Mac definitely is going to be elite at that backup point guard position. At the 2, I'm running Vince Carter. I do want to make a side note right now. If free agents are allowed, I will run the free agents too. I don't care. I'll do whatever it takes for me to be that number 1 today. Vince Carter, great offensively. The problem I have with Vince Carter is his defense is not great. And I do think a couple of extra badges could really help Vince Carter out, even if it was just an on-ball menace badge. I think that could help Vince Carter out, make him even better. But I really like his release. I really like what he does offensively. I just don't know defensively if I love this card. Again, I'll probably run Vince Carter. He'll probably play. Do wish that perimeter was a little bit higher steal, stuff like that. But Vince Carter, T-Mac, that's going to be a tough backcourt. Problem is, Raja Bell is probably going to play more than Vince Carter anyways. At the backup small forward position right now, I've got Jason Tatum slotted in here. This is subject to change. I don't love this Jason Tatum card, and honestly, it is going to change, and I'll show you guys my auction outcomes here in a second. But Tatum, he's fine there, and if I have to run him there, he can play. Backup power forward position. I've got to find my guy here who I want to play. Larry Nance at my backup power forward. And you guys might be like, what? Larry Nance, hear me out. 86 perimeter, 86 interior, can dunk the ball well, and badge-wise is really solid. Another guy that is subject to change, really what I want to do is plug in a center here in Ruland. I want to move Cliff Robinson to the backup center position, or backup power forward position, and go from there. But I really don't love my bench, and I will be very open with you guys on that. Juwan Howard, my backup center, I guess, right now. I really like Juwan Howard. I think, you know, when it comes down to him or Larry Nance, I do like Juwan Howard better. His release is fantastic, gonna compete on the interior. But again, if I do get a starting center, I might move Cliff to the backup center position, Juwan Howard to that 4, and we'll work from there. Now, as far as my last few guys, I'm gonna run my worst golds. Now, let's talk about the last 2 pieces to the puzzle that I do want to add. A guy I've already bought, he's in my pending auctions, is this guy right here in Diamond, Jerome, Kersey. I think at the backup small forward position, he's going to be perfect. I've got one that is already badged up, which will be super nice. Good 3-ball, good driving, great perimeter, good speed. To me, he's going to fit that Jerome, he's going to fit that James Posey type of role. Honestly, Kersey might even be better. Might be moved into that starting small forward position. We'll have to see. But definitely is a card that I think can help me out. And the last piece to my puzzle today is this card right here in Jeff Ruland. I'm waiting to find the right one for the right price, but he fits the way I play. And I never thought I'd really love Jeff Ruland. I never thought I'd pick him up. I never thought he'd be on my squad. But the more I look at Jeff Ruland and his stats, the more I really think he fits what I'm looking for at that center position. And let's talk about it. 6'10's not great, but a 75 3-ball is stretch big, good standing driving dunk, good block, good interior, solid perimeter, good rebounder. But the most important stat here is the 79 speed. He's going to be able to move on the perimeter in my press, which I am going to need. Hall of Fame brick wall is super important as well. And if you compare him to Cliff Robinson, guys, Jeff Ruland is way better than Cliff Robinson. I mean, he really is. There's really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So Jeff Ruland is going to be really my last piece to the puzzle. Jerome Kersey is going to be plugged in here. Jeff Ruland probably going to be plugged in here. And we'll go from there. Some other guys I thought about running Josh Childress. I like Josh Childress. I think if you've got Josh Childress, he absolutely can play for you. Thought about running my John Long, who I did take from my Amethyst option pack. I really just don't like John Long. I don't know. Maybe I just need to use him a little bit more, stuff like that. But that is going to be my squad for today. Again, if I can use free agents, I'm going to use them. I'm not going to hesitate with them. If I can use free agents, again, I'm going to move T-Mac to this starting point guard eventually. But my lineup, basically, my best lineup would be T-Mac, Raja Bell, Dr. J, KD, and Giannis. I mean, that is a lineup that is absolutely elite. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, really, or buts about it. So I have to make a separate lineup for my free agents, for my regular lineup. And again, I'm pretty comfortable. Even if I don't use free agents, then I'm gonna be just fine. But it is important to just have a lineup ready, right? To use the free agents to hopefully get that number 1 spot in King of the Court today. So that's really what I'm locked in on, seeing if I can't get this top overall finish today. I know a lot of people are going to be out there with pink diamonds, but I'm a firm believer that a lot of, even Ruby Sharif, I'm a firm believer can go out there and compete with some of these pink diamonds, and that's what I'm going to try to showcase today. The last piece to my puzzle is adding Jeff Ruland, and again, there's really no rush for me to add Jeff Ruland. I've got plenty of time. I'd like one that's already badged out. That's kind of what I'm waiting on, or one that is way underpriced. Maybe for like 60,000 coins, I'd pull the trigger on. So that's kind of what I'm being patient on, what I'm waiting on. But again, at the end of the day, if I have to buy him for a base price, I will, because I really do like Jeff Ruland. That's going to wrap it up for our video today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on my squad down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.